There's no chat screen here.
Welcome, guys. My name is Victor. This is Ranjit.
Hello.
We both work for international admissions and services at the University of Finlay. We're waiting for people to connect, so just let's wait for a few minutes. And meanwhile, I figured this is a good time for us to talk about ourselves and introduce ourselves and tell you guys what we're doing here. So my name is Victor. I'm a current MBA student for the University of Finlay. I arrived here in the fall 2016 and will graduate this December, so it's coming soon. I first came to America about 5 years ago because I also did my undergraduate in America. So I feel like I have a lot to share with you guys, and if you guys have any questions, just let us know. We'll be very happy to answer to all your questions.
Hello everyone, I'm Ranjit. I'm from Nepal. I'm currently doing MBA like Victor. I arrived here spring 2016 and I'm almost done with my MBA. I'll be done in December this year. And I'm currently a graduate assistant here, and this effort is for helping students from Nepal to give them some tips about getting F1 visa, what to say, what not to say, how to prepare for the interview, what documents to take with you, and everything. We are still waiting for some people to join us, and then we will begin giving out tips for the interview. We have Rasna Pradhan also from Nepal doing environmental safety, helping us with the live chats. She will be answering your questions today, and hope we will be able to help you for your interviews.
Mm-hmm. You want to say hi, Ursula? Say hi.
That's fine.
She's behind the computer, so if we are talking about something and you have some other question that does not relate to the topic we're talking, she'll be able to step in and answer to your question as well. We can see that we have some people joining, so that's good. It's very good. I feel like this is the first step for you to get your visa and prepare is to know more information. So well done. This is very important, and we're glad we can share this with you. And thanks for your interest. A lot of people joining.
Yeah. Hi, Ki. We do have Steve Bansal, who is one of our ex-students. He completed MBA. He's joining us today too.
Welcome.
Ojesh is joining us. Hello, Ojesh.
Hey guys.
Let's give like 2-3 minutes for more people to join us.
So how about you guys? Are you guys getting ready for your visa interview? Are you just interested on coming to UF? Like, give us some feedback.
Hi, Varun. How are you?
You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for coming. Should we start?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So we know that a lot of questions arise as you get accepted into a university and the time to come gets closer, and you're about to start your journey in America, right? So a lot of questions, it's overwhelming sometimes. However, a major point before even arriving to the university is that you need to get your visa. And one thing that we wanted to share with you is some advice in terms on how to prepare to get your visa. So the best advice from us, and we also have talked to some students that have just gotten their visa, so this information is fresh. We know that there's a lot of changes going on with the government, and so please take notes, ask questions, and Yeah. So Randy would start speaking about how to prepare for the interview. So
Okay. So my suggestion, my personal suggestion, and also from the students we talked last week, they freshly came here with the new visa interview systems. So we collected more information from them so that we have the latest information for you guys. So my first point is make sure that you have full information about the university that you are applying for and the major that you're applying for, because that would be the most basic questions that you will be asked. So when you get in there, you might get questions like, why do you intend to study in the US? And how did you find about University of Finlay? And why did you choose UF over a lot of other universities in the USA? So you should be really prepared with these questions. You can do a lot of research on the website, and also there are different pages that reviews universities like MBA.com, masterstudies.com. They have reviews, and we have Princeton reviews. So you can go find out what they say about the university and take some notes, and then also find more about your program. And you must be able to explain how this program is related to your previous course. Like if you're going for MBA, you should be able to explain how does it relate with your undergrad and how is it going to be helpful for your future plans. And for students who are going to take the IELP program, that is the Intensive English Language Program here at the UF, you should be able to explain why you chose to study English overseas instead of studying it back in Nepal, because you do have language institutes in Nepal. So you should be able to explain the benefits of having the classroom experience in US instead of doing it back home. So you must be able to convince them that this is part of your future plan. The other thing you should be prepared is what courses are you going to take. And the most important question is, how will you be funding the tuition? Who is your sponsor and how are you going to pay? You should be able to show at least you should be able to show the tuition expenses for 1 year and living cost to convince them that you're able to pay for the program.
This is a major point.
Yep.
During this presentation, we're gonna stand out some major points that you need to be prepared of, and financial proof is one of them. It's a huge one, because if the visa officer is not comfortable with the information that you provide to him, unfortunately, they are not gonna accept your application and your visa would be denied. But as I said, make sure you have all your documents, bank statements. We'll go over this.
Right, yeah.
Because the visa officer needs to be comfortable with what you're telling him, and so just be honest and prepared. Be prepared like as if you were studying for a really like a final exam in your school that you need to excel at and be comfortable.
It is a big day, so you better be prepared.
Mm-hmm.
And one more thing you need to have an answer is, what do you plan to do after you graduate? So you should be able to convince them that you have future plans lined up, so you're not lost. So once you graduate, you have plans on doing so and so. So that is one major question too. So I would go to the next part. That is what you need to take to the interview. Especially for Nepal, we all were notified that you are not allowed to take many documents inside the interview, and you are only asked to bring the DS-160 form and the I-20 for right now. But it is always safe to carry all the documents like bank statements, your previous transcripts and stuffs with you. You don't have to present it to the counselor, but you can have it with you just in case they need to inquire more. Like if you explain, I have so and so balance in my bank, so I would be able to fund my tuition. But if the visa counselor, he wants to see the proof, he might not ask for it, but just in case if he asks, you have it with you. So it's always safe to take documents with you. You need to take your original I-20, confirmation of the DS-160 page, and then your passport, one recent photograph, and the receipt of the fee that you paid for your visa application. So if you cannot, so we know that we have talked to students that applied for fall this year. So they say that they have very tight dates for interviews. So if you really need to get most recent dates for your interview, you can always apply for expedite appointment by email. So that might be approved, and you may be able to get dates in emergency cases. And also, please make sure that you double check the time and location of your interview, because most of the students are confused with the Nepalese dates and the English dates. So make sure you double check the dates. And like I said, even if you are asked only to bring DS-160 and I-20, always make sure you have a small folder that is labeled with what documents you have inside it. So if you need to pull out a document, you don't waste much time.
And as Renji said, I actually have an experience that happened to me. I was applying for a tourist visa, and I had everything that I needed with me, all documents. But make sure you only give the officer the documents he asks or she asks for. I was at the day of the interview, and I just had like letters and bank statements, and I gave everything to her, and she was like, well, but I didn't ask for this, like, don't give this to me. And this is something that she felt uncomfortable with. So make sure you only give the documents they're asking for. We know that it's a lot of information, so if you guys do have any questions or would like to know what are the documents that you need, just you guys can send us an email to the international account.
Yep.
And we will be able to send you these preparation scripts and everything that you need. Also, few people know about this, but there's an entity that's called Education USA, and this is a branch of the American government that has over 400 international offices all over the world, and they also advise students. This is an advising center. So if you do have the time, you can just type Education USA on Google or whatever your browser is, and there will be more information there as well on how to get prepared. This is what we were talking about. Make sure you prepare in the best way you can, and Education USA is a big tool that is out there that some people don't know about it, so we just wanted to let you guys know that this exists. So should we get to the day of the interview? Okay, so now that you are prepared for the interview and have all your documents ready, we're gonna talk about the day of the interview, this important day, and what do you need to excel and make the visa officer feel comfortable on getting you your visa for you to come to America. So in this day, everyone has 5 to 10 minutes for the interview. So you need to prepare a speech that will have in between 5 to 10 minutes, and just try and put the best information as possible into this 5 to 10 minutes. For example, I'm from São Paulo, and it's a huge city. So the visa officer will talk to 1,000 students or people that are applying for visas. So he doesn't want to hear a long speech. He likes to cut to the point. He wants to know why you are going and what are your intentions in the US, what you want to do after. So make sure you don't, extend the speech, and don't say things he doesn't or she doesn't want to hear from you. Just be precise. If you can speak English, this is awesome. So if you can speak in English, will leave a good impression to the officer, and consequently will make him feel or her feel confident about admitting you to US. So the first major point was providing your bank balance and telling them that you are able to pay for the university. And I would consider the second point being confidence. Be confident, be precise, be logical, and have a smile on your face. Once you prepare for the visa interview, you will be comfortable on speaking to the officer, and you're gonna show this confidence, and the officer will be comfortable with you, right?
Right, yeah. I would also like to add that since you are not able to take as many documents, so the only way you can convince the visa counselor is by speaking to him and letting him believe that whatever you're saying is convincing.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to convince him with your words. So like you said, this is a big day and you need to be prepared before you go in there and not get lost when you have questions.
Yeah, and as Renji mentioned before, you need to establish good intentions for you to come to America. The visa officer will ask you, who are you? What are your plans? Why are you coming to UF? Why did you choose UF? So for example, I would say, my name is Victor, I'm from São Paulo. When I first came to America, I did my undergraduate in a university in Ohio. And I would like to pursue my master's and better my English skills. And I chose UF because UF is a accredited university, and I heard good things about it. I visited UF actually, so I had this personal feeling, good feelings about UF. How was your interview?
It was okay. Basically, the questions that we discussed earlier was the questions that I was asked for, like why did you choose UF over all the other universities and how many universities did you apply for? So I had my answers ready. I had applied for 4 other universities, and I had a valid reason why I chose university, because it was accredited and the program was highly ranked.
Yeah.
And it's one of the best programs in Midwest here in Ohio.
Definitely.
So I was prepared on why I chose UF over other universities.
Yes.
And the rest of the questions were general, like we discussed, how are you going to be funding your tuition and living expenses. So I had my bank balance certificate with me, but I did not have to present it to the counselor. So I explained how am I going to be funding. So my parents were sponsoring me. Just that basic questions.
Yeah. So this is also an important point brought by Renji. If you do apply for multiple universities, you need to be honest to your visa officer. You need to be able to explain why you chose Finlay over all the other universities that you got accepted to. So be prepared. Not only study about Finlay, but study about the other universities and what they had to offer and why UF was the best option. Also, you need to make sure you explain your ties to your home and what are your plans after you graduate UF. You need to demonstrate that your plans are to go back home because your I-20 is a study I-20, it's not a work visa. So the major goal is to come to America, get your studies, learn about the American culture, and go home and try and help our culture. This is exactly what I told my visa officer. I was like, I plan on coming to America because, of course, the United States has one of the best education systems in the world, and I want to make my home country a better place. So I want to go there, I want to study, and I want to go back home and come back to my family. My entire family lives in Brazil. This is where I'm from, and I want to make my home country a better place. So that's one of the major reasons I want to come to America, and the visa officer agreed. Was it the same with you?
Yeah, I would also like to add that we have had students call us that saying that their visa was rejected, and when I inquired with them, so they were asked, "What are your plans? How are you going to pay the tuition, and what are you going to do after you graduate?" So the students, he replied that he is going to work like 20 hours and then get the living expense from there, but the visa counselor did not like that idea because international students are not allowed to work off campus at all.
Yeah.
So the only thing you can do is you can work on campus. That's 20 hours during spring and fall.
And it's not even guaranteed.
Not even guaranteed.
So
Yeah. So
you
you
need to
never
have the
say
money.
that you're going to work 20 hours and make your pocket money. You cannot say that because it's not guaranteed that you will get an on-campus jobs. There is a good chance if you're qualified, and it's really challenging, but you cannot say that you will be making money working 20 hours. So you should be careful about that. And working off campus is not allowed here in USA. So be really careful about what you say about your plans when you stay in the USA.
Yeah, everything counts. Everything that you're saying will be counted by the visa officer. So make sure you're honest and prepared. Some other topic that we were gonna talk about is the ILP I-20. Some of the students, some of you are applying for UF but do not speak English very well, so you're giving an I-20 that says English program only, and your acceptance letter might say otherwise. Your acceptance letter might say that you are accepted for your English program in MBA, for example, but you need to be honest with your intentions, and the visa officer will ask you like, oh, but your I-20 is ILP only.
Yep.
So you need to say, yes, I'm going because I want to better my English and potentially get admitted, not get admitted, but get into the master's program, and then pursue your higher level of education. Right, Renji?
Yeah, so basically you mean to say be honest with what program you're going there. So if it's ILP, be really clear why you're joining ILP before your major there.
Yes. If he asks you like, oh, but this is an ILP only, why are you talking about your MBA? You need to be able to explain, no. First, I'm going for my ILP, and I'm getting my English skills improved.
Then I'm going on
to be able to excel at my MBA. So make sure that you have your information fresh in your mind.
That's right.
So as Renji stated before, one of the major aspects you need to prove is that you need to explain and show proof on how you intend to pay your first year at UF. Just for the specific financial documents you need to bring, usually they have it at their embassy website in Nepal, for example. So you can go to the embassy, American embassy website in Nepal, give them a call. When I was applying for my MBA, I used to call the embassy a lot, just to make sure I had everything ready and all the documents good to go for the visa interview. As we said, you only have 5 to 10 minutes, so you need to be as prepared as possible. So thoroughly prepared to explain how your money is coming from, whether it's your parents' business, if your uncle is helping you support your costs, whatever it might be, you need to be able to speak about it. This is a huge, important factor, and the visa officer must be comfortable knowing where the money is coming from. If he thinks that you don't have the capability of supporting yourself in America, this is a red flag for him, and he will not accept your application.
Okay, so I would also like to add that it's really important to be very honest with the counselor. So if he had applied for not only F1 visa, but if you applied for visitor's visa, and F1 visa, J1 visa, any visa if you applied before this. So you should be honest with them that you had applied before from Nepal or from other countries, because they will have your details whenever you go in and give your fingerprints. They have your details, how many times you applied before. So be really honest. There's nothing wrong with applying twice or three times because you don't have any limits. So if you be honest, you might be asked why was the visa rejected the first time, or why did not you get a B1 visa. You can say maybe I was not well prepared or my documents were not enough. So it's just basic questions, nothing to worry about. If you had applied previously, just be honest and say yes, I applied before.
Yes, and once again, Education USA have some advisors that will be able to help you even more than we are trying. But to wrap up, on the day of the interview, make sure you do not memorize a speech, because they do not want to hear Wikipedia information about the university. They just want to have an intelligent conversation with you about your motivation, what instigates you to studying abroad, and why do you want to study at UF. They just do not want to hear, oh, the university was founded in 1882 and blah, blah, blah. You know, you only have 5 to 10 minutes. They do not want to hear memorized speeches. So make sure you are well prepared and comfortable. You will get nervous. I got nervous during my interview. I'm sure that a lot of you guys will get nervous. But just take a few minutes to breathe and get prepared. And if you have prepared well enough, when time comes up, you are going to be ready to go. And yeah, do you have anything else to add? Or?
That's pretty much it.
Yeah. So now we're talking about after the
Okay.
visa interview.
Yep, after the big day.
After the big
So,
day.
so this is for when you get your F1 visa, what to do after that. So when you get your visa, you can go ahead and book your flight tickets and look for Columbus Airport, Detroit Airport, or Toledo Airport. Toledo Airport is the closest one to the university. It's around 45 minutes drive. So once you go ahead and book your flight, just let the university know that you have your flight ticket so that we can update your flight list, and then we can be prepared for receiving you. So
we do send 6 weeks prior to classes start. We will send you arrival information and information about the orientation week. What do you need to bring and everything.
So yeah, once you inform us with your flight tickets, we will have one more session for pre-arrival. So you will get information on what to bring with you and how long before you can be in USA. So you will get all that details, but you have to be here not more than 30 days before your classes begin. You cannot miss your orientation. You have to be present for the orientation. It's part of your course. And I would also like to say that the earliest day you can be in USA is mentioned on your I-20, and make sure that matches your flight. Before you get the flight tickets, just make sure what day you can be in the USA. It's mentioned in the I-20, and if you need help with anything, you can always reach out to us through email, or you can give us a call and we can help you personally. So then think about how much money you are going to bring with you. Usually if you try to bring more than $10,000, you might have to sign a lot of papers, and needs to be reported to the customs. So for my information, students from Nepal are allowed to bring $2,500 with them. So I would suggest you to pay the university fees through wire transfer. So that way you do not have to worry about bringing the money with you to pay your tuition in the first week of class. So you can get your pocket money and money for the housing and stuff. Like $2,500 is a good amount. And you can always bring travel cards or cash or even money orders in your name. So once you have a bank account here, you can withdraw everything. So whichever way you feel safe, you can do that. And then And when you are on your way to USA, just make sure you have a copy of documents, copy of all the documents. Like if I'm carrying my original documents in my hand carry, just make sure you have copy of all these documents in some other place. So in case you lose it somewhere or you misplace it, you have one more copy to bring with you. And also make sure to bring all your original documents because you will need that for the registration day during the orientation. So
we need to verify it.
we need to verify your documents. So
That's during orientation week. Yeah.
yeah. And like I said, if you have further questions once you get your visa, we will be on call. And you can also email us at international@finley.edu. We will be responding to you personally, and we can also share our experience. How was it to get into USA? How to get to the university from the airports? There are different ways, and we will be sharing all this information in the pre-arrival sessions after this.
Yeah, and once you're here, it's really important for you to attend to the orientation week. It will be presented by us, the GAs in the office. Really, should we talk about a little bit the services that we provide to international students?
Right.
We have what's called welcome houses, and we know that it's really hard for an international student to arrive to a different country and get a place to live. When I came here, I didn't know if I want to live on campus or off campus, how it was like to live on campus, the benefits, the negative points. So this welcome house is out there for you to stay with us. We actually we have 4 welcome houses on campus. With capacity for like 10 people each house.
Each house, yeah.
Each house, more or less. And during that time, you would have just gotten here, so everything would be new, and we live there, and we're gonna give you some advice on how to look for off-campus housing. We do have up-to-date housing lists that we can assist you on calling the landlords and seeing what's needed to rent this place. Or if you rather live on campus, awesome. We will direct you to the right people to get that going. Furniture drive.
Yeah, we are also doing a furniture drive, which we might start giving out furnitures to international students from fall 2018. So we will be helping students with furnitures. So they get to they can use our furnitures when they're living here, when they get an off-campus housing. So that's one thing we are doing for the future students.
This is amazing. Like when you're moving to a new place, we know that you have to have a fresh start. Not all of the houses provide like furniture and all this. So we know the importance, and we want to make you feel as comfortable as possible. UF is your second home. So we accept donations from everyone that's willing to help out. And really, the city of Finley is amazing when it comes to friendly environment. Everyone is willing to help. Everyone is donating. We really just wanted to take this opportunity to thank everyone that helps us. This really makes our lives much easier when we come here, and feeling at home is just amazing feeling, and very supportive. So it's really great being in Finley.
So we have one more situation that we like to discuss today. It is a situation where you have to reapply for a visa once your visa was rejected. So there are a lot of myths about visa rejection, but we would like to clear it today. So if you were denied visa, you may reapply anytime. So you have to find a new date. Your I-20 is still valid. The service fee you paid is still valid. So there is no specific time that you can apply. So there is no limit. You can always go in for a different interview. But however, you should have some change, like in the previous interview and this interview. You need to change something. Either you have to change the way you explain to the counselor how you are going to be funding your tuition or living expenses, or how this program is related to your background. Like we do have students from engineering and science background coming to do MBA, or students from business management coming to do IT programs, computer science programs. So you should be able to explain why you wanted to switch from this program to this program and how it's related and what are your future plans with this program. So you should have some changes from what you mentioned earlier. Maybe you were not prepared, or you did not have enough documents to prove that you will be able to fund this program. Whatever, there should be some change. You cannot go in and say the same thing again, because everything is documented there. Whatever you said last time is documented. So you should be able to convince the counselors that you are well prepared this time and a lot of things have changed. So that will get you a higher chance of getting a visa. And like I said, you can reapply a visa as many times as you want. Like,
Don't be afraid if
Don't
you
be
got
afraid,
rejected. We have a lot of students that were denied in their first attempt, and they didn't give up. They prepare even more,
yeah,
and they got their visas, and they're here with us today. So
well, they connected with us, and we were able to give them some tips about the visa interviews. And we asked them, what were you asked, and how did you answer this question? So if we could help, we improvised their answers. We let them know how you can say this thing in a better way. So they were able to get the visa in second time. So it's not like if you get rejected, you cannot get it the second time or the third time.
Yeah.
So don't be hopeless and just be prepared, and we can help you. You can be on call with us, or you can email us with the questions that you were asked, and we can let you know how to better explain the questions, how to better address the questions, and how to improvise the answers, and then you can go in for an interview again. So like I said, your CVS ID and your I-20 will still be valid. You just have to pay the visa interview fees and then go in for an interview one more time.
yeah, and if for some reason you got accepted for fall and you need to prolong your I-20, for example, how to defer your application,
Yeah.
it's possible. All you need to do is email us and call us. We'll give you the proper information. It's not the end of the world if you got denied, or if you're not able to come at the fall semester, for example. It's okay. We're gonna do the best to assist you. So yeah, should we open to like questions or?
Yeah, we do have some questions on the chat right now, and Rasna has been addressing those questions. So also, if you have more questions, you can always email us. Our email address is international@finley.edu, and we three graduate assistants will be personally responding to your queries. And it could be anything from how to answer the visa interviews, or how to arrive at the university from interview date to pre-arrival. We are right here to answer your questions from our experience and from our research that we have been through with the most recent students at the University of Finley.
So once again, thank you guys for coming. This is awesome. There's a lot of people liking, giving feedback. Thank you very much.
Okay, and make sure you share this video with the people that were unable to watch this video with us today. And also, if you would like to get notified when we go live the next time, you can go to notifications and just mark the box that says notify me when this page goes live again, and you will be notified when we go live with other sessions like pre-arrival or visa interview tips, again for different countries.
Yeah, I believe it's second week of July that we're going live again. But if you really like it, and if a lot of people come to us and ask for sooner live session, we will make it happen for you.
If we have many questions, if we have general questions from a lot of people, we are willing to go live again before July.
Yeah,
July,
it's second week of July.
Second week of July
so,
is our next session live.
Yeah. So if this video, if you have any more questions that were not answered in this video, we're glad to give you further assistance, and we really hope you guys come to the UF and be successful whatever you do in your lives. We look forward to having you here with us, and building a relationship and really having the best of the UF experience. So thank you very much. We'll see you guys next time.
Yeah.
And all right, see you guys later.